Hi, my name is Linda Edelwich with William Raveis Real Estate right here in Glastonbury, Connecticut. And it's August the 12th and our market is on fire. It still is on fire. Of course, we were going 150 miles an hour not too long ago. It slowed down just a little bit to 120 miles an hour, but that's still such a great market. So why do I still say we're on fire? Well, we still have low inventory, we still have low interest rates, and we still have a high buyer demand. And while yes, when we put houses on the market right now, we're not getting as many buyers coming through the open houses, but we are still selling these houses for over asking and in a short period of time. So the offers are still just as competitive as they were. So I would argue, as I did last week, that if you're a buyer right now might be a really great time for you to look at a house. So right now we have about 53 homes on the market. Some homes are also what we call a coming soon listing, but that's single family homes here in Glastonbury. And that inventory is up just a little bit from our average. You know, as I've been reporting, we've been between 42 and 48 homes all year. And we have certainly almost surpassed where we were for single family homes that sold in totality of 2020. There were 471 single family homes that sold last year. And right now under contract and what's closed, we are so close to that. You know, and how are we as agents, we keep saying, oh, there's so little inventory, but we've sold more than we've sold last year. And the simple answer to that is the buyer demand is so great. So where we would have normally, a couple of houses that would stay on the market for a little while, increasing our inventory, those houses are just coming on the market and they're coming right off. If you have a house that's been on the market for a little while, it's probably either unique, it might need a little zhuzhing, better marketing, or potentially it's just not meeting the price point that buyers are identifying. And so you may have to reevaluate that. I talked a little bit about, maybe even 2 months ago, where we're finding that sellers are saying, hey, if so-and-so's house sold for, $240 a square foot, I think my house should sell for $240 a square foot. And what we're finding is real estate agents are really going in and educating their sellers and saying, well, that might have been an anomaly. That might have been a situation where you had, 5 buyers that bid that house up, but that's really not the sustainable dollar amount for the totality of what's happening in our market. So with that said, we really have to be super careful to evaluate homes and price them accordingly per what they have for the bells and whistles, the updatedness, their location, and whether or not they offer those, the golden trifecta, public water, public sewer, and gas heat. Yes, those will, garner more money for those houses if they have those public utilities. So meanwhile, we have a great, strong market. I do think that we are going to heat up again with lots more buyers coming into our homes and into our open houses that we're going to be holding come mid-September. I think that a lot of people are just out on vacation, enjoying their friends and their family, but they haven't been able to do that for so long. And I really feel that might be where we're seeing a little bit of a slowdown, or if you hear people talking about that they think this is the beginning of the end, it's slowing down, the bubble is bursting. That's really not what's happening. I do think it's attributed to a lot of families just really wanting to take their time and enjoy their freedom now that most people are vaccinated and are comfortable traveling. And as soon as everybody's back to school, it's going to be business as usual. And if you have a home to sell, I think that's a great time to go on the market. Thank you so much for stopping in. If you have a question, be sure to let me know. Hi, this is Linda Edelwich, and I'm here to talk about my question of the week. I have a buyer that asked, hey Linda, how can I stay competitive in this crazy market if I have a mortgage? And really interesting, if you have a mortgage and you need to have a mortgage, sometimes there's an appraisal that is attached to that. And you as a buyer are going to have to decide whether or not you're willing to waive that appraisal or make up the difference if it's short. And that's really a way that a lot of buyers are being really competitive right now. But there's another way. What if you were really a cash offer, but you were getting a mortgage? How is that possible? Well, William Raveis has a couple of programs that you really should know about. One is a straight up cash offer where basically William Raveis is going to buy the house, back it up, and provide proof of funds. There is a cost to that program. It could be 3 to 5% of the total purchase price. But there's another way. It's really kind of a cash offer and mortgage in disguise, wherein it's a certified pre-approval that is a guaranteed cash, and that is probably just about $1,000, I think, is what that program is basically going for. And those are some ways that William Raveis is really outside the box to try to make our buyers super competitive. So if you're a buyer and you have felt that you're not really being competitive because you have this mortgage that you need to, like a lot of buyers, need to utilize, this might be a really great program for you to be competitive, offer a cash offer, and then work out the details, on the back end. And if you want more information about this program, please reach out to me. Between myself and our mortgage advisor, Paula Damo, we are definitely here to help you figure out how to stay competitive and get that house of your dreams. And if you have another question for me, feel free to reach out, text me, DM me. I'm happy to answer them.